And now, here for you, this is News Views, a newscast for Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, and the world. This is Bill Ratner speaking. And now, Michael Badger.
Hello and welcome to News View on a Friday night in Champaign-Urbana and some of the surrounding area on television. Tonight's top story: experts have issued new warnings in a listeria outbreak in cantaloupe melons. This is from USA Today's Your Life section, and the death toll from the listeria outbreak has gone up, and that means we've had 13 deaths and 72 illnesses due to the listeria cantaloupe outbreak. They say if it's not from Jensen Farms, it's okay to eat, but if you are in doubt, throw it out, said the Centers for Disease Control Director Thomas Frieden during a Wednesday briefing. And the next story: a U.S. man has been charged in a Pentagon Capitol massive explosive plot. This according to Reuters. From Ross Carsini, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure. They say U.S. authorities on Wednesday arrested and charged a Massachusetts man with plotting damage or to destroy the U.S. Pentagon and Capitol by using large remote-controlled aircraft filled with plastic explosives. Rizwan Firdaus, age 26, who is a U.S. citizen, was also charged with attempting to provide support and resources to al-Qaeda. They said in a statement that the public was never in danger from the explosives, but they were controlled by undercover FBI employees. This guy from Ashland, Massachusetts, which is about 25 miles west of Boston, allegedly modified mobile phones to act as electrical switches for improvised explosive devices. He was accused of supplying the phones to undercover FBI agents whom he believed were members of or recruiters for al-Qaeda. And the White House has asked the Supreme Court to rule on the health care law, also commonly referred to by many as Obamacare. This according to the BBC News of U.S. and Canada section on their website, which is www.bbc.co.uk. The Justice Department asked the Supreme Court to declare the law's key provision, which would require everyone to buy health insurance, constitutional. The legislation extended health coverage to an extra 32 million people. Passed in 2010, the Affordable Care Act was a long-held dream of Democrats. Challenge will fail, according to the White House, I guess. And in a White House blog post, Stephanie Cutter argued that such a view about health care being forced a thing that would be forced to buy by people was wrong, because people who do not buy insurance force taxpayers to subsidize their care when they are taken to emergency rooms. And she also added, quote, "We don't let people wait until after they've been in a car accident to apply for auto insurance and get reimbursed, and we don't want to do that with health care," unquote. That's said by Stephanie Cutter. Also in USA Today, well, the last one was from BBC News, but the first story was from USA Today. They say that long-term personality improvements may come from magic mushrooms. They say that the active ingredient found in magic mushrooms, which is the hallucinogen psilocybin, causes enduring but positive personality changes in almost 60% of patients. They say tests involving small groups of patients in a strictly controlled and monitored clinical setting revealed that more often than not, one round of psilocybin exposure successfully boosted an individual's sense of openness. They said that the apparent shift is what deemed to be a key aspect of personality and did not dissipate it after exposure, lasting at least a year and sometimes longer. The study shows that this ingredient actually changes one domain of the personality that is strongly related to traits such as imagination, feeling, abstract ideas, and athletics. And it is considered a core construct underlying creativity in general, said Roland R. Griffiths, who is a professor in the departments of psychiatry and neuroscience at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in Baltimore. And also in other news, according to USA Today, again, China launched a module for future space station. Their first experimental module was reported by the Associated Press as a boxcar-sized Tiangong-1 module, about 30 feet long and 10 feet in diameter, and was shot into space from the Jiuquan Launch Center on the edge of the Gobi Desert aboard a long March FT-1 2FT-1 rocket. The Tiangong-1, or Heavenly Palace 1, is scheduled to enter low Earth orbit, says the Xinhua news agency. They say where, if all goes well, it will dock with the Shenzhou 8 spacecraft that is to be launched this year. 2 more will be put into space in the next 2 years for docking tests, and China plans to assemble a 3-section space station from 2020 to the year 2022. And I think we'll take our first break for this evening. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more NewsView right here. Hello and welcome back to NewsView. I'm Michael Badger, and if you want to email me any comments, questions, suggestions, or complaints, you can do that by emailing me at newsview@email.com. Now on with the news. 2 Illinois researchers have won presidential awards. That, according to the Chicago Tribune's breaking news section online, and according to the Associated Press. 2 Illinois researchers have been honored by President Barack Obama as distinguished U.S. science and engineering professionals in the early stages of their research careers. Dr. Carla Poe of Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine and Gang Logan Lee of University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana are among 94 recipients of the Presidential Early Career Awards for scientists and engineers. Pugh is known for her research to develop a physical test that measures medical students and doctors' ability to perform clinical breast exams. And Liu's research focuses on ways nanoengineering might one day be used to cure diseases and preserve our environment. And we go back to the BBC's website for news here, and they say self-healing materials have been in production and research, this is by Leva Badeson. I believe that's how you say it, Badeson maybe. They say that the self-healing materials could repair themselves as they crack and would have uses in civil engineering and construction. And their results were published in the Journal of Royal Society Interface. These self-healing materials were researched for nearly a decade with a view to reducing risks and cost of cracking and damage in a wide range of materials. And new developments in self-healing technology have been pioneered by Professor Nancy Sados and her team at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, involving impregation of plastics with a fine network of channels, each less than 100 millionths of a meter in millionths of, let me say that again. The network of channels in the plastics, each less than 100 millionths of a meter in diameter, that can be filled with liquid resins, they say. And So if a material like such as a plastic cracks, they can the crack can heal itself from the material that it is. And now we go to treehugger.com about the solar decathlon in Illinois for 2011. This is by Jerry James Stone from San Francisco. They say Michelle Kaufman judged this year's solar decathlon, and here were some of the photos on this website. If you want to look at that, it's treehugger.com. They say the RE home, or rehome, is based on principles of sustainability, flexibility, and ease of construction. The house consists of 2 modules that can be transported on one trailer for rapid response to disaster situations. And the living room leads to a flexible space with an office that could transform into bedroom space. And this took place in Illinois, and the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign had the rehome, which is a rapid response solution for a family affected by natural disaster. So, and it's solar powered, like I said. And according to prospectusnews.com, the UC2B could bring fiber optics networks to Champaign-Urbana and Parkland. That means ultra-high-speed internet is coming to town thanks to Urbana-Champaign Big Broadband, or UC2B. UC2B consists of the city of Champaign and the city of Urbana and the University of Illinois and a group of public and private investors. The project consists of 2 parts, or it will. It'll be installing an underground fiber optic broadband network comprised of 7 rings, which will span across the whole community. I'm reading this now. 3 rings will connect 200 anchor installations or institutions such as Parkland, which another as well to local residents and businesses. Computer systems on the network will be able to communicate with one another at speeds of up to 1 Gbps. To put this into perspective, 1 Gbps is 10,000 Mbps, and it's 20 times faster than the best service speed available from Comcast, and over 160 times faster than the best speed available from AT&T. Parkland students and other residents in these areas will be offered a free connection to the network and monthly service for only $19.99. It will consist of unlimited access to the internet or intranet of another institution at 1 Gbps and internet access at a rate of 5 Mbps. What this means is that people on the network will be able to connect to anyone else on the network at the highest possible rate. They say connections to the World Wide Web, basically websites outside of Champaign, will be at speeds comparable to Comcast and AT&T. And according to MarketWatch.com, the U of I in Champaign and Urbana has selected iClicker 2 classroom response systems. This, according to MarketWire, via Comtext. The University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign has selected iClicker 2 as its centrally supported classroom response system starting in fall of 2011. They will transition to the iClicker 2 remote, which offers full alphanumeric functionality and an LCD screen. They say it's already in use heavily by students and faculty on the Urbana campus, and they're pleased that Illinois is a school where iClicker was invented, and that they have found the additional functionality of the new iClicker 2 remote that meets their changing needs, said Troy Williams, a vice president of global publisher Macmillan and general manager of Macmillan New Ventures, the division that includes iClicker. iClicker was built by educators for educators with the goal of keeping students focused on content, not technology. iClicker is one of the most widely used classroom response systems in higher education and has been adopted at more than 900 educational institutions in North America and Canada and used by more than 2 million students. They have a growing number of customers in K through 12 grade schools, and they also serve customers in corporate environments. It was invented in 2003 by 4 University of Illinois professors. And that's it for news tonight. If you want to read more about that, go to MarketWatch.com, and you can look for iClicker 2, I think, and that should come up. Like I said earlier, you can email me at newsview@email.com. Have a great night and stay tuned for NewsView weather next. And now for your NewsView weather forecast for the weekend. Friday night, mostly clear skies with a low of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Saturday, high temperature of 58 degrees Fahrenheit with sunny skies. Saturday night, 40 degrees Fahrenheit and mostly clear skies. And for your Sunday, a high of 63 degrees Fahrenheit with sunny skies. Sunday night, 40 degrees Fahrenheit and mostly clear skies. I'm Michael Badger, and this has been your September 2011 last week of September weekend forecast. Oh.